And again, Justin, you bring now a brand new generation because what
Yes,
he's no spring chicken. He's in his 50s, I'm sure, like me. And
yes,
now we bring in you, where you started really coming up in your 20s, and now
yes,
you grew up with blockchain, and now you see a vision of the future, especially when it comes to financial markets, that
yes.
maybe no one else sees. And just a little background on me. I went to MIT. I graduated mechanical engineering. I went straight to Wall Street. So at 22 years old,
Exactly.
I was trading derivatives on Wall Street, and it was an amazing experience. And I had a balance sheet. We did all sorts of crazy stuff. But when I look at DeFi today, I think, wow, this is real innovation, and this is real scale.
Yes.
And you don't have to have a balance sheet and align to the Federal Reserve and all this other nonsense. 10,000 employees. All you have to have is a great DEX, and you can play. Is that the way you see the future of finance? I think you once said that the younger generation people are willing to make their own decisions on trading instead of putting all their money in a pension fund or a mutual fund or a hedge fund and let those funds trade for themselves. You say they would rather trade on the sofa or trade on an app or trade on their mobile phone. Do you think that this is the big thing that Wall Street and the financial markets really don't understand, that there's a fundamental shift and we can no longer do business the way we've been doing it since the Medici era for the last 500 years?
Yes, definitely. I fully agree with you. I think not only Wall Street, but also the regulators, lots of them have a misconception, is they basically believe like the customer or the investor need to be taken care of by someone, right? So they kind of like thought like the investor, they don't have their own like point of view, or they are all like blind, right? And ignorant, and they need somebody to take care of them, right? So that's why they invented like Federal Reserve, like all the infrastructure is like very centralized, depend on basically the chairman of Federal Reserve to tell you like what to do, right? To tell you like what's gonna be like our like next like 5-10 years federal like financial policies, all the futures is defined by the regulators, and all the infrastructure is building on those like very centralized institution. Rather than, I think today, blockchain and the blockchain entrepreneurs try to present a new future. You don't need to believe in those blockchain entrepreneurs. You don't need to believe in the newcomers. You only need to believe in the technology, believe in the math, and believe in the new technology, rather than, I mean, believe in like a single person, believe in like some agency told you what to do. I think that's like the biggest difference. Is basically decentralize the whole financial infrastructure, and this is also very inclusive, very inclusive. So basically, I think in the past, is U.S. decided basically define on like all the financial rules what you need to do, and everybody and all the rest of the world central bank, they need to follow basically the trend decided by like Federal Reserve and all the regulators in US. But right now, blockchain adopter trying to advocate a new order, right, for the world finance. It's basically we have a very open protocol, so everybody treated equally in the protocol. And as long as you are doing things by the protocol, it's just like English, right? So as long as you speak in this kind of the rule, you can communicate with one another, right? There's no like, for example, right? So if you imagine this kind of like a language, so like US government can ban you on speaking English. You can't speak English, right? And then they're gonna ban you or gonna treat you differently, right? The way you speak, they're gonna treat you like in a completely different or unfair way. So right now, blockchain is just like a language. So everybody can adopt the protocol. Everybody can own Bitcoin, and everybody can trade Bitcoin, and everybody can send Bitcoin from one to another. Just like Tron, Ethereum, it's all the same. It's all open source. Everybody can check the code. And even I'm a founder. I'm like decentralized. I can't decided what happened on Tron blockchain. So everybody can do it on your own. I think this is kind of like the new things we want to present to the world. And I think this is not only fair to everyone in the United States, but also fair to everyone around the globe, right? I know there's not lots of conflicts between like China and the US. They are all like world superpowers. They don't want to bend the knees, right? So they are like, you need to comply with my rules, right? So that's like basically their conflicts in the first place. I think why not just having the rules of internet, right? Blockchain. So everybody have the same rules, right? So everybody can join together. So that's why I think Bitcoin is a very good example, right? All the Chinese traders, US traders, everybody in the world, they can trade in the same network without like any conflicts. They trade like equally in the network.
And people are still trading Bitcoin in China and everywhere around the world, right? So it's still working.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's just like numbers. You don't even need to understand the language or all the things behind it, right? So anyone in Africa, in China, in US, even they don't share the same language, they can all trade Bitcoin.